at the United Nations. With that, I'd like to welcome our next speaker, His Excellency Pablo Zambrano Albuja. He is Ecuador's newly appointed ambassador to the United States, and he is dedicated to enhancing bilateral relations, focusing on foreign investments, biodiversity, and cultural exchange.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to, in the name of the President of Ecuador, Mr. Daniel Noboa, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ecuador, Mrs. Gabriela Sommerfeld, would like to thank for this invitation to the organizers, and specifically to the Diplomacy and Global Leadership, to the Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights, and also to the International Defenders Council for this invitation. Our country, Ecuador, which is located in South America, and as many of my predecessors in the use of this podium has mentioned, is the size of Colorado in the United States. Our country is member of the Organization of American States, and we have signed all the main and most important instruments regarding to human rights. We are active members of the United Nations, and also our country signed in 1945 the Declaration and Constitution of the United Nations, as well as the Declaration and Constitution of the Organization of American States, which is the international organization that has, it's the representative of the United Nations in this continent. In that sense, the Republic of Ecuador respects and promotes human rights, but we also are facing heavy challenges regarding violence, transnational crime, and of course, all the sad situation that comes out from a country that is located, as I mentioned, in the north part of South America, but receives the influence of transnational crime. This situation of transnational crime has given to Ecuadorian society really important challenges. And these challenges, the current government of Mr. Daniel Noboa is facing, but of course, in order to do so and in order to prevent the violation of the human rights of the citizens in our country that is happening because of these organized crime violations, it is important to have a deep and consolidated cooperation between all the nations and all the governments that are involved in this situation. And organized crime in Ecuador, sadly, is handling drug trafficking, people trafficking, money laundering, contraband, among other international crimes. So, all the countries that have the effects and are involved in these crimes that I have mentioned, we all have to work and participate. Ecuador also, during all his Republican history, we are an independent country since 1830 in the 19th century. We have been receiving floods of immigrants, but also our nationals sadly are taking the decision of leaving the country. So we have immigrants and emigrants. And in the last 10 years, the mobilization of immigrants, nationals of Ecuador, leaving the country, going through Colombia, then Panama, then Central America, then Mexico, in order to arrive to this country, have been increasing. President Noboa, our president, is doing a very good effort in order to prevent this. But, as I mentioned before, transnational crime is behind all this network of exploiting people. So, as a transnational crime, we have to react in coordination with the rest of the countries that are involved within this situation. I believe that the challenges that right now the world is facing, such as climate change, such as, that was mentioned, such as illegal immigration, such as money laundering, such as these situations that we are facing, have to be stopped and have to be doing with this job. We have to do it, as I mentioned before, in coordination and cooperation between the organizations, international organizations, but also between the countries that we are suffering. In Latin America, we have many challenges regarding human rights. That's why we have a system of human rights that is in place and it's working. But of course, we have to take these issues of the human rights in the proper way and in the best way in order to be all our countries, and specifically Ecuador, is being respecting all this legislation. I just want to finish this moment that I have here just to say that the government of Ecuador is going to respect all the duties that are in force according to international law. And of course, what we want to do is to have peace, not only for Ecuador, but also for the region. But as mentioned before, we need international cooperation and coordination within our states in Latin America in order to do so. Thank you very much.